What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Second Passport. Today I'm going to cover 8 things that you would not believe that people in Ecuador steal, right? Now, I'm going to try not to say Ecuadorians out of respect because obviously not all Ecuadorians steal, and this isn't meant as an indictment, right, on Ecuadorians per se. I know people all over the world steal. Like my brother who lives in the hood in Cleveland, West 42nd and Clark. If you know the area, it's pretty rough. His house just got broken into recently, and I guess how it works in the hood, he just talked to his neighbors a little bit and was actually able to recoup a few of the things that he lost. That's just how it works in the hood. And so, it happens in North America. It happens a lot in South America. But I think down here, sometimes they take it to another level, the locals down here, right? And that's kind of what I'm going to cover today, right? I'll let the other YouTubers who've been in Ecuador maybe a year or two and think they know shit, I'll let them talk about the flowery, fluffy, Ecuador is so great stuff. And I'll just try to speak on what I think's interesting. And the point of this today is so that maybe you can just be a little more aware so that this doesn't happen to you, right? I've been here 8-9 years now, and I'm going to mention a few of the times that I've had stuff stolen from me that was like, damn, you stole that, right? It's just another level of thievery. And this might be attributed to possibly an ex-president recently of here in Ecuador that literally decriminalized nonviolent theft of up to like $400, right? It's like not even considered a crime. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's a pretty interesting concept to say the least. But anyway, let's take a look. So the first thing that you would be even surprised that they steal here in Ecuador, but they do, is railroad tracks. They literally steal the railroad tracks. I wish I had a picture, but there's a railroad track near where I live here on the outskirts of Quito, and there's literally just bits and pieces of one rail. And the other rail's completely gone, and they're working on removing this other rail here over time. Now, obviously, this is a track that's not being used anymore, and railroads aren't that popular in Ecuador anyway. But still, wow, right? You steal that? The second thing you'd be really surprised about that they actually steal in Ecuador, but it's really common that they do, are these pothole covers or sewer covers. Whatever you call them. And you'll just often see this hole in the road, and like a small car's tire could easily fall in one of them, and they often do, and really mess your car up. And if you're walking at night and don't see it, see ya. Last time anyone will see you. Small dogs. Can you believe it? Yes, they actually steal them very often in Ecuador. If you leave a small dog unattended in, say, your front yard in Ecuador, ciao, it's that thing probably gone. I guess because they have commercial value, I guess. Now let's talk about some of the things that have personally been stolen from me, and I was like, damn, you stole that? When I first moved to Ecuador, I bought a little house on the coast that I attempted to fix up, and then I rented out a bit, and then I flipped it and sold it, and which I'll talk more about on this channel. But I redid the yard, obviously, and planted some cheap ornamental plants. That's all the money I had when I first got here, was for like the $1 ornamental plants or the less than $1. But I splurged and bought a little $3 baby rose bush that I put right in the yard. And I left to go to the town for something, to buy something. I came back, I had just planted it, and it was gone. It was literally dug up. The little hole was there, and it was the whole little bush was stolen. Another time, this was up in the highlands of Ecuador, where I was, close to where I'm currently living, here on the outskirts of Quito, and I literally went to the tienda, the little corner store, to buy a bottle of water and a disposable razor. And it was in one of those little black bags, right, that they give you in these tiendas down here. And then I walked all the way home, like 2 blocks away, and then I forgot something. And I was like, oh, I don't want to carry this all the way back, and I don't really want to go inside just to drop this little thing off anyway. So I tied the bag, put it kind of hidden next to my front door on the sidewalk there. It looked like trash. And the water bottle was even open. I even took a sip or two. And then I walked back to the corner store and walked back. And to my amazement, the little bag I left with a half-drank bottle of water and a little disposable razor, the whole bag was gone. It's like, wow. And I'm sure it was a neighbor of mine, probably, who waves hi to me every time they see me. Another thievery that surprised me, even me here in Ecuador, was I bought like $200 worth of groceries at Supermaxi here. It's like the Walmart here. And then I drove to buy the fresh produce at this local market I know kind of nearby, because it's often cheaper and kind of more organic sometimes. And I parked and walked into the market. When I came back, I realized, I locked my car obviously, but I realized when I came back, all my groceries, every last one, was stolen out of the back of my car while I was in this other market buying a few fresh produce items real quick. Every last bag. So they stole all my groceries. I don't know what happened, but I do know that, those electrical locks that we all have with cars that beep beep. I have an Ecuadorian friend who's literally shown me how quickly he can disarm any random car with one of these electronic lock, which all cars have. He can do it in like 15 minutes. So it's like, it's not a big deal, and people know how to do it. Me and 2 friends built a house on the coast of Ecuador. We had just finished it, but obviously it was vacant and empty. And sure enough, it got robbed because it was empty. But what surprised me is what they took. They took the doorknobs out of the doors without even having the keys to them, right? They took the plastic piping that cost maybe $15 under the sink in the kitchen. Just real stuff like, wow, it'll make you like, why would you steal that? And on the coast once I saw, it didn't happen to me personally, but I was a witness to it, a personal witness. One of these trucks tipped over, a grain truck, and while the driver was okay, while he was standing there waiting for assistance, all the locals, not a couple, all from the local neighborhood came by, not to help the guy, but with sacks. And they were literally sacking away the grain to haul away with them like it was no big deal, right in front of the guy, and he couldn't really do anything about it because there was like 30 of them, right? Word had got around and people just kept coming and kept coming. I was sitting there in amazement. I wish I would have filmed it. These are 8 things that even I was surprised when I found out that they got stolen here in Ecuador. I'm Mr. Second Passport. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe and the like button below. Take care.